Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Hearthstone. So we need to play a 27 more Hunter class cards. So now we're just going to play my Beast deck and see how that one works instead. Why these things are all out of order, I don't really know. I kind of wish they weren't, or there was a way to organize them, but I'm not certain exactly how that works. So I kind of shouldn't do this, what I'm about to do, and I know this, but I kind of want to rant about one of the YouTube comments on one of my videos on the deck building, and I already responded to the person, and as best as I could, and that's about all I can do. And frankly, it's pretty much commonplace. If anybody bothers to comment on my YouTube channel, so it's a good percentage that it's just people who want to be mad at something or want to say something rude, and I'm like, the only people that ever say anything nice are the spammers who are trying to spam something. But I was talking about how on the Paladin deck, if you're making a dragon deck, dragons don't synergize. At least that's what I think I was talking about. I could have also been talking about the fact that as I was trying to test the new cards from One Night in Gadget Sand, as I was trying to test out the new cards from the mean streets of Gadget Sand, I was using all of the new cards, which in any of the character class cards, the new cards do one of 3 or 4 different things. For instance, here he's playing a lot of Jade Idols that switch back and forth from being a 1/1 to a 2/2 to a 3/3 at kind of random. So it'll say summon a Jade Idol, and you don't know if you're getting a 1/1, a 2/2, or a 3/3 usually. So if you use all of those new cards to play the new cards, and you limit yourself to build a standard deck, which is what I was doing. So this is a very, very limited set of rules here. And you're limiting yourself to do one of the list of quests, which is either play beasts, that's what this beast deck is, or play taunt creatures, or play death rattle creatures, or something like that. When you're constricting yourself in those 3 different ways, yes, it's pretty impossible to make a deck that synergizes. I could have been talking about that, but I don't think I was. And I watched most of the video over again to make sure I knew what I was talking about. Because in the course of that day, I made 10 videos. Like, so what I said in one video is not gonna just immediately come to my head. Frankly, after I put out most videos, I've forgotten a lot of what I said and did. Particularly if it's something I pre-recorded, that could have been months ago that I played the game. And so people ask me these questions, and I know I'm supposed to engage, but how can I when it then becomes this extra effort to go watch my own video to see what I said, because I said it months ago. But whatever. So, but I'm pretty sure what I was talking about, and I need to get to a point here, definitely, was that dragon cards don't synergize with each other, which is true. It's pretty objectively provable true, because dragons don't have any strategy. Like, here's a card that synergizes with your other cards, because when you inspire, you get everybody on your field +1/+1. They work together. And he's a beast, so you can play other cards that will give beasts improvements. So there's cards in your deck that work with this card to improve it, and it works to improve others. Dragons don't work that way. Dragons always, if they do anything at all, say something along the lines, if you're holding a dragon, this dragon will get plus health or plus attack. So they don't help other dragons ever. They just improve upon themselves. So they use other dragons. That's not synergy. Synergy means everything needs to combine together and work together. And here we have 2 dragons in this deck, and this does nothing to other dragons or any of the other cards that you really would want to happen. Destroy all other minions and discard your hand. This one does spell damage +5, so playing this in a mage deck where you're going to cast a lot of spells might synergize a little bit, but that's the only time that synergizes. And that would be a mage deck, not a paladin deck, which is where the comment was on. And so somebody puts on my video, what are you talking about? I made a deck that synergizes in 10 minutes. This is pathetic. I'm like, alright, first of all, why are you bothering to respond? Yeah. Second of all, I don't think you watched all of the video. And third of all, I don't think you heard what I was saying. But who knows? So, yet another example of YouTube comments being garbage. I shouldn't have probably even brought it up, but it happens to me as a tiny YouTuber, and it happens to all the other ones playing Tree of Life. Is he trying to make me run out of cards? If he is, he's nowhere close to doing that. Alright, this... Technically I'm just trying to summon beasts, so... Well, no, I'm not trying to summon beasts. I'm trying to play the green cards. So next turn I need to play this guy. Tree of Life twice, really? It's not gonna help him. What is this guy doing? All targets are chosen randomly. That's a new card. So, on the better side of YouTube, since I just kind of complained about a comment, and frankly that was the only comment I even had on the video, so I should just be happy for getting it and shut my mouth. I have gotten 100 subscribers now. It's slightly past the 2-year mark on my channel. And let's run the numbers. I've gotten 100 subs, and I think I've gotten like 1 or 2 since then, which might mean that I've actually, because I've gone over 100 subs, that YouTube has put me in a new category. I don't know if that's really how it works, if there's some arbitrary numbers. They had that 301 number before, and that was an arbitrary number, so it wouldn't surprise me if 301 it was as arbitrary as 100 subs, and maybe my channel is now on the faster path to success. That would be lovely, but I'm not going to hold my breath either. I have got 156,000 views. I have 441,000, let's see, watch time, minutes and watch time, which somehow averages to about 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Now, listening to other people deconstruct what watch time means, they threw in some factors to say watch time really doesn't mean just how much time they actually spent watching your views, as much as it's how much time do they spend watching your videos and the videos that get suggested after that, and how many session starts happen where somebody starts watching YouTube from your video, and how long they keep on the YouTube website, whether they watch your videos or somebody else's videos, how many session finishes are in your views, how many people just close the YouTube browser and stop watching videos after that. So the reverse engineering article I was reading put a lot in the watch time. I don't know if any of that's true though. So personally, if I'm to take it that the average viewer watches 2 hours and 2 minutes and 48 seconds of my videos, okay, I'm not really gonna argue with that. It's probably true, because that includes everybody that watches my hour-long videos from beginning to end, averaged against all the people that get on my videos, don't like it immediately, and change it. And frankly, that's just gonna happen on YouTube. I don't think for me particular, or for anybody, you're ever gonna get to the point where you just have perfect thumbnails and people get on there knowing exactly what it is, and they're not going to change their mind, and they're not going to leave. I just don't think that's ever feasible. And then the final metric to talk about is I've made theoretically $112.22. So, of that, the $100 was deposited into my account, and now it is a minimum of another $100. So I was paid for the first 100. Now I have to struggle, perhaps. Deal damage equal to this minion's attack. See, this is a character that's from the new expansion that you're supposed to power him up, kind of like Cocoon, so that his attack does more damage. But see, he got a +1 on his attack, which counted. That's interesting. So 2 years in, I mean, certainly not lighting the world on fire as far as the YouTube channel. I'm not getting the Reddit hugs. I'm not just getting random views out of nowhere. I'm also not cheating in any way, so maybe that's why I'm not getting a lot of videos and views. But I'm still mostly enjoying this and doing a little bit of a different thing these days with Skyrim, and my Pinball FX series is going to go on forever, so my channel is slightly going to be a little off for the first 3 months at least of the new year. I'm running out of Lego games. Just played the Lego Movie video game. That was an awful one, and I don't think I have really any room for that. I do have to applaud WB for dropping content ID claims on that really fast, although I still have some more I need to dispute. Yeah, I mean, you have to dispute them before they drop them, and I probably should dispute things even more, but I'm not willing to get community strikes. I haven't run into anybody falsely doing DMCAs on me, which is great, because that would be a nightmare. Although that is happening to one of the channels, one or two of the channels that I've been watching that are not video game related, and so that's definitely a threat to all YouTubers and a concern. I'm certainly not at the level of the budget to purchase new games every month, nor do I have the time for it. Time management has been really bad lately, but with Skyrim going for so long, I may actually have enough time now to build up and have like a 6-month buffer by the end of 2017 of just videos pre-recorded, ready to go. I still have the Regency Solitaire, which I think I'll try to have an accelerated release of that because it's frankly boring.
Such big teeth I have.
Whenever you summon a beast, draw a card. I should play that. Shouldn't I? Let's see. But I'm still not exactly certain what I want to do. I kind of want to get back around to the Halloween month of 2017 a little bit faster. I was so far behind when Halloween month happened, when October happened, that there was this whole level of I was barely in September recording for October when I should have had all of October recorded months in advance. Because I don't even think now that there's going to be any large I don't think there's going to be any large release of a scary game in 2017 that I can think of. There's this weird thing about the Ubisoft 30. They're going to give away Assassin's Creed 3, but because I want everything in the Steam library, if I take it through for free off the Ubisoft thing, then it's still going to cost. It won't show up in the library, and then people will just end up buying it anyway. So I'll probably buy it in the winter sale, and because of that, it's silly, but that's how it works. I also went to Good Old Games, and Good Old Games seemed to identify several of my Steam games. Not a lot of them, but a few of them definitely seemed like they were just imported in to Good Old Games library, which is fine. The only thing on Good Old Games that I own is the Witcher 3, which I need to buy that too on Steam. I don't think I'm going to get around to ever doing the Talos Principle again, and if I do, I'll probably need to have an accelerated experience just to then do the DLC. And things are just moving forward so fast, and it's not even like there have been
of the Burning Legion.
wow. Interesting choice. Probably good choice. I totally need Jiraxis, and I've been playing for 2 years now, and still don't have them.
All realities,
yeah, there's definitely some weirdness here, and I'm looking at the timer, and we've got 15 more minutes here, so let's keep on going. Some of the news things, there's this game called Doom RL, which is Doom roguelike. It's probably going to get shut down by ZeniMax/Bethesda. I didn't know that. I guess they do, don't they? But this is the only dragon that actually does synergize, by the way, and I did say that in my response. It's like, this card is the only dragon that synergizes with other dragons because it brings all of them. And I only got it because of Prince Malphazar. Yeah, if only I could have done 4 more damage, which I probably could have pulled that off, actually. So yeah, I guess Bethesda did release the new Doom reboot, and I wasn't fully clear on why they owned Doom. I kind of would have just told you they published it and that was it. I need to play 10 more Hunter class cards and then I'm done with that quest. See, it's so weird now. You don't even have to win. You might as well just play in casual and give up. But that's how the quests are. It's like you don't want to keep the quests that say win 5 games for this class because they don't give you as much gold, nor is they as easy to complete. So Blizzard has given me a very helpful hand here, but I'm never going to get up in the ranked. But I probably was never going to get up in the ranked anyways.
Versus Gul'dan.
So the Doom roguelike, though, talking about that again.
Begin.
It's probably going to get shut down in the same sense that they all get shut down. It's just like, don't call it Doom. That's all you have to do. Honestly, if you're going to do one of these projects where you're like, let's make a homebrew version of a game, just don't ever call it that name. Don't call it another Metroid 2 remake. Don't call it Pokemon Uranium. Make a new game that is exactly the same thing. It'll be better than half of the Steam Greenlight games that come out. So just do it in that same style, and then they can't make this argument. Just never mention that it's a Pokemon rip-off. Never mention that it's anything like that.
Give that minion a turn to get ready.
And just make something different. Slightly different. Like, all Pokemon is a kid's version of an RPG. That's all it is. So, set it in a different style world, and you give it a different name of the monsters, and there's really nothing in there that they could sue you for.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Or would bother to try. Because if it's even a slightly difficult thing, and you're willing to fight for it a little bit, you're gonna win. Mass Effect Andromeda's Nexus is a smaller streamlined version of the Citadel. This is a good thing because I did play a tiny amount of Mass Effect 1 and then got bored. Let's see. Gets 1 health for each card in your hand. Battle cry is triggered twice. Well, then I guess you're gonna really hate when this happens, aren't you? So I remember specifically walking around the Citadel in Mass Effect 1 and it being a way too big area full of elevators that when you went up and down them were loading screens, so the elevators would take forever because it was loading forever. And I don't even know if I really got much off the Citadel before I got bored with Mass Effect. And so if they're saying we've streamlined it, we've made it so those elements are all right next to each other, that's great. It is one of the problems I've been running into with Skyrim. Skyrim desperately needs a place where you can fast travel, and where you load when you fast travel. You are in the center of every single smithing, enchanting, alchemy station, places to store or move your items around, because as soon as you're like overburdened with things, say you pick up a bunch of ore and you need to smelt that down into bars, if you're overburdened, it's 4 or 5 seconds to walk from the closest chest to the smelter. And then let's say you smelt those iron bars, now you're overburdened with those, you have to go over to the smithing. Another 4 to 5 seconds of excruciatingly long trudging along trying to do that. And that's not even including things like walking to the stores to sell items. You're in this horrible loop of smithing items to get your smithing up, selling those items to get money, buying more ore from the stores because they don't have money to give you to sell the items for. It just goes over and over and over again, and it's a real mess. So yeah, I definitely would want to see that improved. And did it get improved in Fallout 4? I'm not really certain. That's kind of the interesting thought, is like, in Fallout 4, do you get overburdened? Do you end up having to smith a bunch of things? You almost certainly don't enchant. I know there's chem stations to make drugs, but most players won't want to go down that path, so you may make a bunch of drugs and never use them. So that's a weird thing too. The fact that Skyrim's a fantasy and it has all those things included. Is Fallout 4 just laden with items that you pick up? Yes, I know it is, but do those items take a weight value overburden? I kind of need to play Fallout 4. I kind of want to play Fallout 3 though. If I'm gonna be honest, or Fallout New Vegas for that matter. I think in part because I've seen other people play Fallout 4 and it wasn't super impressive. Even so, it's the newest Bethesda game, and still it's kind of missing some tweaks and improvements that it needs. See, I don't think I've won here, but I probably got my quest done. Let's see. How long have we been going now?
At last, a worthy disciple.
So, I have 3 things left here to talk about, and I could probably finish them all here. Like, Parappa the Rapper is being remastered for PS4. I hope that means that the PC version is going to come out. Knack 2 has been announced, and so is Marvel vs. Capcom 4. I hope that means the PS3 version is coming out too. This all came from PlayStation X, so who knows? I guess we have to play in the next recording because we need to do 3 more of these characters and then play some priest cards. But I'm going to have nothing to talk about. I'm going to hold 1 news story for the next recording. That's it. And otherwise, I don't know what we're going to talk about. I think we may just do an experiment here of me sitting here focusing on the game and doing nothing else. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me further, go to my main YouTube page. On the right is a button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me, there's a whole bunch of social media links in the description box. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.